Hello and welcome, everybody. Well, I'm sure you were expecting another adventure of Broken Sword. Tonight, as of this recording, we certainly were, but that didn't quite happen. So, we are going to play a slightly different game tonight. Very specifically, a little Star Trek Adventures one shot. As you may have guessed from the display here, this is actually set in the Lost Era, so the span of time between the undiscovered country and the next generation. It's a fun underexplored, thus the Lost Era connotation, a bit of time, at least as far as screen portrayal goes. And this is where we are going to get started tonight. Just as a frame of reference, I've completely lost what I had in mind. So I'll just jump in here and start us off with our description, which first, for those unable to watch the visual here, I leave you with a quotation from Tukuvma the Unforgettable. They are coming, atom by atom. They will coil around us and take all that we are. There is only one way to confront this threat. To lock arms against those whose fatal greeting is, we come in peace. I could just run over this whole thing and play off Takuvma's Klingon version of the speech, but that's too much effort for tonight. In any case, we join us here in I just gotta go to the Word document. Stardate 2357.8. This has been one of the longest peacetime eras in the Federation's history. For 50 years, the Federation and Klingons have been in a state of détente, which is trending towards a peaceful resolution, thanks to the first Khitomer Accords of the 2390s. A treaty fought for by the valiant crews of the Enterprise, the Excelsior, and paid for in the blood of a brave Klingon Chancellor. Although Starfleet has mostly returned to exploratory duty, tension remains with the Empire and other belligerent powers. The fleet's newest cruiser, the Ambassador class, has been in final trials for the past year, set back by technical issues with her newer computer systems. The ship's commission date is expected for early next month, and the need to finish refitting is mounting. Small teams are working around the clock to get the ship operational, and your particular team has drawn an unlucky straw to join one of the Gamma Shift teams. For various reasons, your CO doesn't like you, or you may indeed come from different batches given your department makeup. So this could be for any number of reasons. Dicey maneuvers, scratching the paint of a shuttle, being stuck on cargo guard duty. Maybe you were eager to impress them, and uh, they stuck you on a crap shift because they know that you would do it just to gain that extra little bit of cred with them. Maybe you rewrote a scenario on one of these newfangled holodecks that's been installed. Whatever the case, your team is stuck on a pretty bad shift, and you are ordered to relieve the last team an hour ahead of schedule, so the ship is mostly empty. And we join you here on board the prototype USS Ambassador in one of the orbiting star bases, specifically part of the Starbase 1 complex in the solar system. Oh, the actual star date I have here now is listed as 13068.45, so consider the previous one apocryphal, apparently. Um, anyway, let's jump back a little bit here. At a junction on deck 15, we have three individuals: um, an Andorian, a human, and let's see. I'm trying to remember what Erex was. That was Edosian. We have a human, an Andosian, and an Andorian. Uh,
Also called a Triaxian.
oh, I didn't see anything about that in Memory Alpha. Well, at any rate, we join these three present in the dry dock of aboard the USS Ambassador. Three alone on this ship, and give us a little description of each. Let's go in order of, I think, in order of people that showed up. So, Caligo, how about you start us off? What do
Oh
you,
boy.
or do you want a moment still?
Give me like 30 seconds. I'm almost done with the token.
30 seconds. Copy that. In that case, Rev, tell us a little bit about your Andorian gentleman.
Sure thing. Just a quick question. What rank are we?
You would all be either ensigns or no higher than lieutenant junior grade.
All right. Lieutenant Rov. He is a younger Andorian. He is from a relatively small province in Andoria. A bit of a country, outdoorsy kind of person. Honestly, didn't really realize he had any kind of technical aptitude. Didn't even really want to join Starfleet. But, well, it's the only way to get off Andoria. The easiest way to get off Andoria. So here he is now on board Starship. He uses the holodeck way too much. That's about it.
Yeah, it's fun in spite of the handful of programs that they have. Um, so yes, we have first our Andorian friend Thelis Rov. Then next to him, one Dennis Mockman. So Calico, tell us a little bit about what you think Dennis is like and why he's here.
Well, Dennis, our poor little lad, was always someone who wanted to be a part of Starfleet. Uh, and so always sort of like tinkered and read up on the science. And well, going through the academy, he realized he had absolutely zero fucking personal skills.
Did that get him in trouble with a senior officer or something of the sort?
Who knows? He just has been over. He's just a really awkward kind of guy. So
How,
just studying his little head off. He takes the extra work, so maybe he can get promoted faster one day. Who
fair,
knows?
fair enough. Fair enough. Uh, then in that case, we have our last person, one of the three-armed, three-legged uh, Edosians on board by the name of Mannix. Sean, tell us a little bit about them.
The Adosians. Oh, wait, am I on mute?
I
No, I'm
just
not.
I want to know about full name and tell us about Mannix.
Menex Note Da. Um, he's about 250 years old and joined Starfleet because it was time to do something new and different. Uh, finding it very difficult dealing with bipeds. Their fragility, their both mental and emotional and physical, is annoying as hell to him.
Uh,
To other Edosians, he's a stand-up guy, a really friendly kind of guy, but to humans, he comes off as cold and kind of a dick.
I know exactly the token I'm going to give you.
I made one. It's in the Discord.
Oh, well, what's it gonna do there? The audience needs to see him.
Well, I didn't know. I couldn't remember how to load it into the game,
Besides,
so I sent it to
I
you.
was thinking this guy might do a little better. But that works.
No, I like mine better because I'm a meanie.
Fair enough, fair enough. Go into your character sheet, click the edit button, and at the very top right next to the show players, and there should be a place for you to upload the character sheet. So, the three of you are just in position at a junction. I think that out of the group, um, Rav, you were probably the one most engaged, as is Dennis, with the repairs, or rather the some of the fine tuning that's going on here. The Ambassador, great experiment that it is, that has perfectly functional primary systems, but those secondaries are a whole nother question. Uh, there are all sorts of bugs and glitches that could pose an operational risk for the main computer system, and somewhat as punishment, or maybe as well, I suppose you came on shift an hour early and relieved the remaining teams. There might be others joining you here in a bit, but you are stuck without much help here trying to work this out. If you would so like, I could go ahead and give you the opportunity to take some roles here if you like.
That would be great.
All right. The GM will give you, let's call this one control and engineering role. The difficulty of 2. One of you may, of course, assist.
Would I have a focus that would apply, quote unquote? I know we haven't put any focuses in.
I'll let you come up with one right on the spot here.
I was reading. I apologize. Trying to read up on Adosians. What are we rolling here?
This is control and engineering.
I'm not even going to ask what for, but here we go. Well, have a die roll. Ooh.
Okay.
I was helping.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
So I put Starship Secondary Systems as my focus.
Let's do that.
Nice.
Very good.
This is a
Excellent.
good start, guys.
Yep.
Yes.
Your Manix's assist counts for shit because Rav has pulled no successes and 1 complication. Would you like that to be narrative, or would you like to?
Just give me the narrative.
Very well. You think that you actually have the computer system fully and completely patched, and the moment you do that, you realize somewhere in there, wait a minute, that wasn't right. It was actually something that the hand that came over your shoulder as Manix was assisting you, as he so often does, being the perceived dick here. It gave you a spook, and your code, his code, kind of conflicted, and now you realize that not only are the secondary systems going to continue to malfunction, but they are beginning to, they could well create or worsen exploits in the system if one were so positioned to actually compromise command functions. Granted, you would have to do it from a great number of locations, but it would be an unacceptable security risk, and it will basically assure you of being in a moon shuttle operator role for the remainder of all of your careers.
What did you do?
Great. Don't worry. I got this. This worked just fine.
Do?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna do a tried and true method. It always worked on all the icebreakers back home. I'm gonna grab my spanner and I'm gonna smash the computer screen.
No! What are you fool? What are you doing?
Please roll to smash the computer screen. Daring and security difficulty of 1.
Can I try to stop him?
You may attempt to
Contested
grapple
roll?
him with
Yeah,
daring
that
and
sounds great.
security.
Stop him.
Daring and security.
Yep.
I'll help.
She'll help.
I'll help.
All right. Well, I got 2 successes. So
Just to clarify there, Dennis, who are you helping?
I'm trying to stop
Got 2
him from
successes.
smashing it. I'm trying to
Okay,
stop
well-
the smashing.
All right, you may roll 0 to assist. At present, we are tied with 2 successes for both sides. With, I know where. Okay.
Ah! Tie
All-
goes to
Yep, because you were taking the initiative here, Rob. Your 2 successes beat out Mannix, so there's an effort to try and restrain the Andorian as he moves with the spanner. Your 3 arms, Dennis's 2, trying to grab at him, but you cannot overcome the glacial might of this Andorian engineer as he brings it down and the spanner hits the screen. It immediately deflects against it, having done no damage whatsoever.
that always worked.
Just then, I should say,
you do not go to the academy.
lights
Why would you think this would work?
just at this moment, and I should provide the setting. This is on a night shift, so it is in very low lighting mode between that and the fact that the ship is not in a launch position. All of the lights come on to
Told ya.
regular daytime lighting.
Told you. See, lights back on.
That doesn't fix the problem.
As he says that, there's a steady sound of whirring and like the rising of energy systems. Everything that would indicate the sign of increased ship function.
I do a triple face palm. What did you do?
Uh,
What
I
did
got
you
the
do?
systems working just like I was supposed to. See?
they might be exploding.
Do you hear any explosions?
Percussive maintenance is a myth.
Tell that to my grandfather. Oh wait, you can't, because his ice schooner exploded. But that wasn't because of the percussive maintenance. Okay, that was because. Okay,
Never
maybe it
mind.
was.
I checked the console in front of me to. He's rolling dice.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
I checked my console real quick, trying to find out what the heck's going on, why the power systems just came back up.
So from the most basic of diagnostic panels, whoops, that's not supposed to roll that many, you can determine now that the ship is actually, the ship has just engaged impulse engines and is clearing the dock at 1/4 impulse power.
What?
Various primary systems are coming back online. Warp, structural integrity, main deflectors, weapons. All manner of systems have activated aboard the ship.
Now, why'd you go and activate? Why'd you go and activate the engines and the weapons? All I'm worrying about is just sensors and secondary stuff. Your code is the one that activates the weapons.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
I pushed the button for security alert.
Let's see. That still should not have rolled a single. That shouldn't have rolled 2 dice there. I don't understand why it's doing that. You press the button for security alert, and the command console, or like the command function, like the security alert basically winks out as the system like shuts off effectively, or rather the security note. It's the effect of the alert has been acknowledged and it has been ignored. There's an audio over the line. To any residual crew aboard the ship, you proceed to the escape pods immediately. Sons, daughters, proud Starfleet officers, you need not be present for this duty.
We recognize that voice.
Give me an insight and command roll, all 3 of you, please.
Let's go.
Oh God.
That is one from Mannix, one from Dennis, and one from
Two.
Rav.
Two
So
from
the
Rob.
two
Two
for
from
Rav,
Rob.
rather. Yes, apologies there. So the voice is very sort of deep, very kind of like has a very slight bit of edge to it. Um, the two of you do think, or the two of you that scored only one success, do think it sounds somewhat familiar, somewhat distinguished. You suspect, oh wait, is there somebody important that's to be expected? And in your case, Rav, you actually know that pretty well because there is, as a matter of fact, one particularly high-ranking Starfleet officer with that voice, an Andorian of some fame,
Oh no.
one Vice Admiral Jakir
Oh,
Thivasonen, or
okay.
Visosen, rather.
If you say so.
This guy.
Okay. It's okay, guys. It's a vice admiral. He knows what he's doing, obviously. But
There
I
has
think he's probably just testing us. He probably wants us to see if we're going to leave the ship or stay on duty. So I think we should just stay on duty.
But we've been given an order by a superior officer to
It's a
leave.
test. It's a test.
It seems like a really weird test.
someone is stealing this ship. So I get up from my console and I go to the nearest locker on the wall and pull a phaser out.
You move to open the phaser locker and find it empty.
Where are... Check the manifest. Tuesday, right?
For most of them, there is, however, a security locker. Let me check here.
I mean, come on the Enterprise they keep phasers in the galley.
Well, yes, but those ones haven't been installed yet, and that was in the pre-Kittimer era.
All right.
So,
Not ready till Tuesday.
yeah. So there should be some in the armory section on deck 5. It is a restricted area, of course, but one that your clearance should be able to get to. You are presently down on deck 15 in the... well, you're still in the primary hull, I believe. So
On an ambassador class, yes.
Or not? Yeah. Wait, no. I think it would actually be deck 15 might be down on the in the secondary hull. I'm double checking my my layout right now. Let's see, deck layout, deck 15. Okay, yeah, there's still. Well, no, I think that still takes you down into the. You might be in the neck, based on what I'm seeing here. Maybe like the bottom of the saucer. But yeah, in any case, the engines have engaged, and with one glancing look at the nearest display, the the ambassador has engaged its warp engines, and you are now leaving Sol at warp 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that if the systems are locked down, I'm going to go through the Jeffries tubes to make my way up 10 decks to the station.
Well, are you taking the others in tow, or are you just already making your move that way?
I've already come to the determination that they are idiots, and so I'm leaving them behind.
I've just seen the guy that activated the warp drive start running away, so I'm going to follow him.
I don't want to be alone here.
So, in spite of your efforts to put the mission first and leave them behind, you seem to have officers in tow. Let's see.
What are you doing?
I mean, you activated the warp drive. You know what you're doing.
I did
so
not.
I figure I can follow you.
I did not activate the warp drive.
Okay, then you activated weapons.
I did not activate the weapons.
Then what did you activate?
Nothing.
Not our escape pod.
I activated nothing. I attempted to activate the security alert. The security alert was discontinued.
Oh. Well, that doesn't sound like something the vice admiral would do.
No.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay.
Okay.
On the continuum of good things and bad things, this is a bad thing.
So,
Okay, whatever you say, boss.
a bosun whistle sounds as the ship's intercom engages. I have detected no deployment of escape pods, so I will either presume that you were physically unable to make it there, for which I find unfortunate, but you may still be able to do if you proceed to a pod now. Will likely retain its shape. If you're otherwise attempting to either ascertain questions or interfere with this operation, then I will tell you that cannot be allowed. Whomever you are, I will have you know that the mission we are on is let's see. Sorry. Oh, I missed my scripted bit. Here it is. So, you've elected to stay against orders. If this is out of some sense of conviction or fealty to the service, I admire it. Unfortunate that those orders will go to waste, but I must move out of fealty to my own sense of duty to Starfleet and my fallen comrades in arms. You have lived in peaceful times, and the wars of our past are only historical footnotes. But I lived them. While we can rebuild our cities, our colonies, and our fleets, they don't bring back the people we lost or the wounds to our souls, to our honor. It is for this reason I am ending the charade of a peace treaty with the first strike, an attack on Klingon territory. As of this moment, I have effectively locked down all mission-critical primary systems. You are welcome to attempt escape, or find another way to pass the time. You may even find yourselves the opportunity to die well in battle in true service. Whatever else you do, just don't interfere. Out. And with that, the audio line closes.
Just as a note, Mr. GM, I found it's an unofficial set of blueprints for the ambassador class.
Oh,
Deck 15 is the environmental and waste reclamation systems deck on the saucer.
okay. That's perfect. That's exactly what I intended.
Exactly, that's perfect. It's right next to the computer core, right near the bottom.
Yeah. Which incidentally is sealed off. I will say, for your reference there, Rav, presuming that the admiral is well, if the admiral's pronouncements are indeed correct and protocols are set in place in such a manner, then basically most security locations, certainly armories, engineering, the bridge, a lot of critical systems such as that, life support, all of those things will be locked down, and the main computer would be defended as well. This is the type of lockout he is pitching is quite a rigorous one.
Okay, so he's locked us out pretty hard. On the one hand, he's a vice admiral, but on the other hand, I retract my statements. He's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's gone fully crazy.
Listen, my grandfather blew up on the ice, and I don't go around hunting ice now, do I? No, I still drink cold beverages. Okay,
you hunted ice?
I didn't. Just because my grandfather blew up on the ice doesn't mean I go around hunting ice.
And Dorian's
just because this guy like saw some people die doesn't mean he should go hunting them.
Okay.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, I'm
Enough talking about ice, okay? We seem to stop him.
I'm working my way up up through. There's gangways and Jeffrey's tubes and access ways that can't be locked out because they're for engineering purposes. Well, at least.
And if they are locked out, I will help try to unlock them out.
Well, you can at least make it out of waste reclamation and move to other parts of the ship. Let me, just for the, let's say, partly for the purposes of shits and giggles here, let us say that well, I will give you the option to basically roll and possibly earn some momentum. We'll call that uh, reason and engineering with a difficulty of 1. Okay. Well, Mannix is no good at engineering.
Security, not an engineer.
So, yeah, you have no idea about the updated security protocols and how that's going to interfere with your attempt to make it up the bridge. So I'll just say that your initial crawl out takes like your initial crawl does take you up the Jeffries tube, and
That sounds dirty.
well, too bad. Your initial efforts do take you up the Jeffries tube and into like an alcove that would be out in one of the main hallways. So you are up on deck 14. Rav, what's his face? I've already forgotten Dennis's name. Dennis, are you following?
I do not want to be left alone on this death trap.
Gotcha. So you guys, the three of you basically find your way out into the corridors of an ambassador class vessel.
And we were supposed to be the only people on board anyway?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, somebody really did not like us at all.
Well, let's see. So, yeah, the ship is fully illuminated. Let me see if I can give us an internal look here. Hold on. All right, so the three of you are up on deck 14, so lower end of the saucer section, and I guess what would be your next play here, or like feel free to discuss amongst yourselves here.
You have to
So
see
we
if
just
we have to see if we can get to the armory.
armory, yeah, because once we get to the armory, we can get the guns and we can storm the bridge.
Are you sure? I don't know if we are exactly good for storming bridges. What if we turn off the warp engine? I mean, if we can eject it, we're still close enough to Federation outpost.
We're in the wrong place to affect the engines.
I could go to the engines if you want me to.
Yes, please go.
Oh, sure, got you. Engines will stop one way or another.
Wait, what?
Bye. He's already leaving.
I think I have made a tactical error. I will continue to the armory. What you do is up to you.
Okay. Which way are you going, Dennis?
Dennis sinks to the floor and starts crying.
Oh, wow, he is that useless. Okay.
To the armory.
Okay, so you start making your way up towards the armory, and let's see.
Yeah, I'm not finding the armory on this map, so I don't know where it is.
I just have it listed as deck 5. I'm going off ACTD here, or that'd be, I believe, yes, the Advanced Starship Design Bureau, basically. which is a neat online resource for some TNG era ships. Um, so yeah, I guess the two of you have an opportunity to crawl around first. Give me, I guess, I'm going to ask you for fitness and security, both from Mannix and from Dennis, since you are following him. And I am going to set the difficulty on this one. Um, let's see, you've got, what is that? 9 decks worth of places to crawl through. That's going to be Mannix for you. That'll be difficulty 2. Dennis, difficulty 3.
Well, apparently I
I'm
didn't
being
make
bullied.
I'm bullying the person with one less arm and leg. And both of you fail, so it doesn't matter anyway. Um, you find yourselves greatly slowed in the climb up these sets of ladders. About, I'd say, 4 decks up, you find that this is a big ship, or it's a tall ship, and Mannix.
Oh no, it's big.
Yeah, Mannix, your better years of approaching obstacles and in dealing with these security things there. If this were more of a hill, maybe it'd be easier for you to confront. I mean, for a peacetime security officer, you're really expecting not to have to climb up quite as many ladders, or rather to be able to send teams around, but then you are really not of a rank to be able to send people around. You'd either be ensign or lieutenant junior grade. In any case, the point is this is difficult for you. But
Well, yeah, it's also everything's also built for bipeds.
Yep.
Ladders, biped ladders are very difficult.
Yes. Meanwhile, the biped, Dennis, you find you are struggling with this. Your last academy physical action type thing was it's been a hot minute. You'd go to the exercise facilities, but they're full of people.
See, yeah, I don't do great physically.
This is stupid. Going to have to talk to someone about how this place is designed.
It is not ADA compliant.
If only he'd tried the turbo lifts.
My first thought was the turbo lifts would be locked down.
I mean,
Because that's what I would have done.
You're not wrong.
Exactly. So you got to take the long way.
So, since you've collectively failed, as a penalty, I'm going to rule that we will touch base with you later and check in with Rav instead. Rav, what are you up to?
Go into the war core, gonna blow it up if it's too much of a bore.
Oh no.
God, we're all gonna die.
You are, quite possibly.
My apologies for making such a stupid character.
Hey, that is half the point of this. And I believe I see that Cheesy has joined us here. Hey there, dude.
Sorry about that.
So,
That's quite all right. Things have just taken a weird turn, so I am going to ask you here. Quick pause on this, and we'll revisit Rav in a moment. So general premise here. You are on the USS Ambassador. This is basically this is 20 or so years before the next generation, and basically the only people on here are you bunch, a group of very low-ranking Starfleet officers, lower decks types, who are basically stuck on the shit detail. You were sent to either work on the ship or otherwise maybe just assigned here to keep busy and twiddle your thumbs, depending on how useful you are for the immediate circumstances. It's like they put a security officer here, they put a scientist, and they put one engineer here when all that's being done is like debugging, basically. The idea is you got sent here because your commanding officer didn't like you for some reason. So you may pick a pre-TNG species of any sort, and we could work up a quick token for you, and we can figure out why you are on the ship and how you just popped in. You may well have just popped into reality here.
Any species?
That is Federation.
Are the oh shoot, when did the sorry, I'm having a blank here. Star Trek Enterprise, the blue dudes.
The Andorians?
Andorians? I am an Andorian, so yes, they are a thing.
Oh no, I don't want to step on your toe. Screw it. Let's have 2 Andorians.
Perfect.
Oh,
You
great.
can be the competent Andorian.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you're an Andorian. Tell me, Cheesy, what division are you?
What division?
Yeah,
Ooh.
command, science, security, engineering, con, like piloting, medicine.
Ooh, I do really like command. Brown nosing is my specialty.
We could make you a very command-oriented person. I guess the next question would be, what did you do to get stuck here? Why are you on the terrible duty?
It had to be something pretty bad, huh?
I mean, maybe more like mouthed off at the wrong time, or I don't know, something that went awry like that.
I thought I got too friendly with the staff, and I walked in on a meeting I wasn't supposed to walk in on.
That's suitable. You have the you have the tendency to show up in meetings when you don't want where you're not necessarily wanted. Maybe a little. Oh, that means you have low control. Yes, very good. Um, Basically, you are I don't know. Uh, this is the disadvantage with just doing this right on the fly here. Somebody help me out here. Let's make this a collaborative narrative effort here.
Which part?
Uh, Cheesy's justification for being on the terrible duty.
He walked into a meeting that wasn't necessarily a meeting. It was sort of a little bit more intimate.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility.
You know, a captain and a yeoman doing things that the captain and the yeoman aren't supposed to be doing.
I like that idea a little less now. What if you brought in gazpacho soup to your commanding officer whilst it was in a restricted session, and in the process of apologizing, you spilled that soup all over them?
Oh, the same thing that happened. Yeah, okay. He pulled a Sonia Gomez. Okay.
It's perfect.
Very
because
good.
it can't be coordinated.
Okay, let me make them visible to you.
Dennis Mockman. I love it.
Okay. So very quickly, I'm going to ask you to just figure out a good Andorian name. And I have exactly the idea of how we're going to introduce you. Once you have that, and if you just find a picture of an Andorian that looks serviceable to you, we'll use that for a token.
Is the name that's on Ikirio Felipe?
That's just the default spawning name, basically.
That's a cool name. I think I'm gonna stick with it.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
All right. So, let's see. Rav, you are making your way through the corridors of the ship. I'm going to ask you here again, Cheesy, just find an image for an Andorian you like, um, and we'll go with that from there. Uh, are you proceeding with the Jeffries tubes, or are you trying to use the? Do you try to go for one of the turbo lifts? How do you go about this?
I'm
Rev?
sorry, come again?
I was asking. You're heading down to engineering to hopefully not blow up the warp core, but maybe blow up the warp core.
If I have to hit it with my spanner, I will. Yeah, no, I would try the turbo lifts first.
All right. You press the button to engage the turbo lift. It gives you a beep and an appropriate vocal toned Majel Roddenberry saying access denied.
All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna pop open that panel and see if I can override it.
Okay, this is going to be control and engineering with a difficulty of, let's call this 3, and you will be assisted by the ship's computers and engineering, but it will be
Would I'll go ahead, sorry.
because of the present bugs. The ship is operating with a um, the ship is operating with a complication range of 3 right now.
Great. Would this be a Starship secondary system?
Yeah, turbolifts I think would apply there.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Okay, so 1 success from
That
the.
ship better crit.
All right, and let's see how the ship does.
The ship did
Well,
not crit,
oh, it critically failed.
but that's 2 dice.
Oh, you're right. Well, then, okay, I'll give you the 2 successes. You find that the initial pathways suggest maybe there's a way to exploit something there to make it work, but unfortunately turbolift function are still falling just a little bit outside of that function. Um, the turbolifts, you realize they are technically part of the secured systems package that have been activated. Um, but there might be ways to further muddle up the computer. It would, however, rest not in trying to engage the primary systems, but more picking some of the secondary, less secured options.
See, this is why Manic shouldn't have activated those security systems.
Man X.
So yeah, you said I can try to work at some of the other systems and try and basically bypass turbolifts and get it to work again.
Mm-hmm. It occurs
Where would I get that from? Where would I get that access from?
it occurs to you that the most likely places to engage this would be, um, well, probably the least secured options would be some of the recreational facilities, um, and uh, that can be like the exercise area, including the zero G fitness arena. It could also be your favorite place on the ship, the holodeck.
Are we gonna go to the holodeck, Rav? Yes, we are going to go to the holodeck, Rav. Do I have time? No, I don't have time. Do I? Maybe I can get it done quick enough. I'm gonna head to the holodeck.
All right. So let's see. You make your way there, um, strutting on down, eager to make your way there. It is worth noting that you, as with everybody else, came with some equipment on board, chiefly a tricorder and a communicator. They did not see fit to issue you phasers, unfortunately. at least in the current circumstance where there's apparently a crazy officer on board.
It's probably a good idea because I would have probably shot some panels by now.
Very true. It is.
You are that insane? How did you make it through the psych profiling?
You know, it's a very good question. It is a very good question. It's a question I ask myself every day as this character that has only existed for about an hour and a half.
Yep.
Yep. Continuity error. Speaking of continuity errors, let's first draw up the appropriate setting here. So we are. Well, first, where did I put the corridor? I'm sure that it is in this particular. I'm sure I left it in this place here, but such is not the case. So let's go down and around the Antares Maelstrom and Perdition oh geez, I don't remember that. Perdition's Flames. I know that there was a different one between that, but I'm putting a lot of this together on the fly. Leave me alone. Anyway, the so you are rounding the one of the corridors when aboard the Ambassador class again, fully lit. Everything's nice and online, and it's great. Save for the fact that you are flying towards what will undeniably be your impending doom. And let's see, Cheesy, did you see that last message I left there?
Ooh, let me check. Hold on.
I had basically asked if you could take care of that for the token.
Oh yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay. So let's see.
I think I did it right.
Well, let's put this. Not move the whole zone, just you to the corridor. And as you are rounding the corner, a great pulsing red and blue interspersed throughout it portal seems to be opening before you.
I would like to scan it.
Okay, give me reason and science, and I am going to drop one of the threat that I am presently working out as a pool into the to increase your complication range by 1. All right, and that is 2 successes. This appears by all accounts to be a gateway to another reality, one very much like your own, and one that is very unstable. You could tell all that from a tricorder scan.
What? What is?
It's oddly convenient. And at this moment, let's see. That was... Should we just call her Ikkyo for short?
Yes.
Okay, at that moment, Ikkyo, as the ambassador blows up around you under heavy fire from from dozens of Klingon cruisers, you see an unusual green and orange portal that suddenly opens up and sucks you through. And you find yourselves...
Oh god, she's big. She's huge.
Yeah, she comes from the large dimension. Let's shrink her down. You conform to the laws of space-time here, and you find yourself in this room, or in this corridor of the Ambassador. It is not presently under fire, and there appears to be another Andorian there.
Whoa. Who are you? Where did you come from? I'll call secure. Oh, wait.
I was just a part of heavy battle, right?
Yep. Some sort
And
of crazy admiral had stolen the Ambassador in your reality and had managed to make it to the make it to the Klingon border after warping all the way from the shipyards on Andoria, where you managed to reignite the Federation Klingon War.
And just to be clear, I'm the rank of ensign, right?
You are.
This
Okay,
is your
my
female.
response-
This is the from an alternate universe. This is the female version of your character.
In response to your question, I throw up.
Yes, she
That's-
throws up.
That's Do you need to see a doctor about that? Are you okay?
They came out of, just started attacking.
Who did?
I was scrubbing the floors. The some crazy admiral took the ambassador.
Well, wait. We have a crazy admiral taking the ambassador too. Are you saying there's 2 crazy admirals and 2 ambassadors?
Are you guys shooting at my ship?
No? We're flying to go and fight some Klingons or something? I don't know. I'm going to the holodeck to eject the warp core.
Wait. Don't do that.
Why not?
I need to see the captain?
There is no
Probably?
captain.
Where
I
are
told
we?
you. Crazy Admiral took the ship, go into the holodeck, eject the warp core. If that doesn't work, blow up the warp core.
I don't know where I am, and I'm scared.
Fine. It's okay. Take a deep breath. We're gonna go to the holodeck together.
Okay.
What's your name?
It's Ikio.
Ikio. Nice to meet you. Where are you from on Andoria?
Just a small little village.
Small little village. Oh, me too.
I
Tell
got
us, Rav. Two Evils Village.
Where again?
My name is Theles Rav. Two Evils Village.
You're not far. We're like a subsidiary, like right in the middle of that one in sorry, I'm having so much trouble thinking. I
It's
mean, I just
okay.
got shot at.
It's okay. We're gonna go to the holodeck. We're gonna eject the warp core. We're gonna stop Crazy Admiral Pants. Then we can figure out what's going on. All right?
Normally I think about that plan, but I don't want to. Let's go.
Excellent. I find things tend to go better when you don't think about my plans.
Got any replicators?
The replicators are they have been in service for a while, so you should indeed have something in the ship elsewhere.
Some root beer.
We need to get to the holodeck first.
I mean,
Okay.
after you'll
Okay, maybe.
celebratory the root beer for being alive.
Maybe.
Everybody
Let's
else
go.
is dead.
Yep.
Okay.
So, the two of you make your way there, and it is going to take some Jeffries tubing in order to reach the holodecks, which are on deck 6. So you both have a bit of climbing of your own to do.
Are we gonna roll for it?
I'll give you guys the opportunity to roll for momentum here. I'm going to say difficulty 2, fitness and security to make it up. In your case, Ikio, I'm going to drop a point of threat to see if you can keep your lunch while you are climbing.
How did you?
I cannot climb.
How are you guys rolling without the sheets?
Yeah, sheets.
You should have a sheet. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You don't have control of it. You can only see it right now. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah. Oh no. who could have guessed it?
Now it's rolling the d20.
Okay,
Computer slow.
so give it a roll. And
And what was it again?
that is uh, fitness and security.
Hey, yo, she ain't bad.
She's probably better than
Complication
Traven, but that
2.
is a low threshold.
You said it was complication 2?
Yes. Well, you are doing a little bit better. Maybe it's the adrenaline that's still in your system, or maybe it's just that you were you were used to running quickly, escaping from officers who are angry with you, or running back up to the front of the line when it comes to that. But you find yourself able to easily make it up the Jeffries tubes. Rav is just moving a bit slowly right now. Um, or he's practically winded barely a couple decks up.
Oh. I'm gonna keep slow so that way we're at least together as we're going through the Jeffries tubes.
Okay. So you make your way up there, and we'll follow on with you very shortly. In the meantime, let us touch base with the other group. So Dennis and Mannix,
I
you
sneeze in character.
the two of you are making your way through the corridors. You've finally just made it up to the deck, just kind of at this point lumbering along, exhausted. Dennis, you are covered in sweat. Yeah,
I hate physicals.
yeah. Mannix, you are not much better off. But
The ladders and the fact that the Jeffries tubes are so narrow for this like triple shoulder hip thing going. You'd think you'd be alien compliant. Starfleet.
I'm going to ask you specifically to roll me one more. This one's going to be control and or no fitness and medicine here on this, and I'm going to spend a threat to increase your complication range.
To 2?
Yes.
Yay.
Well, you don't complicate, so at the very least you manage to not sprain an arm or a leg or anything of the sort. Uh, but yes, you begin making your way along towards the security office. Uh, the two of you, exhausted as you are, do either of you do any try to do anything in particular, or would you exchange any words, or are you just going to the office?
Grumbling about poor design for non-bipeds. And musing how the dolphins feel about this kind of nonsense.
Yes, cetacean ops was one of the major inclusions with this class, or a more comfortable system. They actually have it off pretty well.
Yeah, but they're also off ship at the moment, so.
So they have it really well right now because
Yeah.
they're not hurtling to their death.
Correct.
Dennis pulls out a piece of gum out of nowhere and starts.
Yes.
Where were you keeping that? Never mind. I do not want to know.
I mean, I could show you. It's kind of cool.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Dennis was so looking forward to explaining his dimensional pocket technology.
It's not even that complicated.
Nobody ever wants to hear about it.
So yeah, just
Okay.
panting still a little bit, a little sore,
So with
bitching about almost twisting the shoulder in the middle of my chest.
yes, with some grumbling, you make your way um, to the main security office. That is um, guarded by a fairly or like a fair-sized door with specific markings to or specific lettering in Terran language to indicate it is the security office and has restricted access.
Probably got the little pad next to the door because you have to,
Yep,
enter that in to get through this. Oh, beep, 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 beep.
yep. Access protocols denied.
What do you mean denied? I have clearance.
Clearance restricted above below flag rank. Authorized personnel only.
Ha!
Let me try.
Oh God, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and bypass security. I know computers.
So do I.
Yeah, but you don't have to smash it for what I want to do.
You may attempt to make this a proper task if you are going to try alternate means beyond just using the pad. I will ask, Dennis, what exactly are you thinking of?
I want to hook my tricorder into it and try and track the security.
Okay, so that is going to be a daring and engineering roll with a difficulty of 5. And you are assisted
Can
by the ship's computers and engineering. Or computers and security, rather.
can I argue I can use science because I'm trying to do this through the programming route?
You know, I will allow that.
All right. And I am assisted by this?
By the ship.
All right. And I have computer expertise, so I get an extra d20.
Very good. And then I am going... let's see, I am going to roll for the ship for you. Although it doesn't matter, given the complete absence of successes.
I think this is where I use a determination.
Oh yes, and Dennis requires a value, doesn't he? Well, that.
I made some values.
Why does the ship keep insisting on rolling more than? Okay, I'm just rolling a single d20. That is the ship. 6. That is a success. All right. What value does Dennis have?
I don't want to use my value. Don't want to lose a third one. Because I do not want
Disturbing. That's disturbing.
I love it. Give me a roll, or re-roll those dice. Okay, well, 2 successes. You
I'm being
the tricorder is not. It does not have the processing power in order to do this. You do take note that there might be some conceivable exploits, but the computer system is pretty well, or like the level of security here is sufficiently layered to where you are not going to get it through a primary system or like the ship security system is part of whatever lockout the admiral has in play.
sorry. I'm not used to cracking armories open. Uh,
And why did you jump in front of me and try to do it?
I don't know.
Complain in whatever language he normally speaks. So yeah, I'm gonna What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to pop the emergency door. Yeah, the emergency manual operation for the door. You have to cut the power. So that's just basically open the panel, turn off the power, and then open the other little panel and hit the little pumpy thing to make the pneumatic doors open.
Okay, so as you attempt to access that, I'm going to spend 2 threat to create a reversal.
Oh.
I see. You seem motivated by duty to interfere after all. The voice of the Vice Admiral Jakir comes over the intercom. Once again, I do find that commendable. However, I can't have you interfering. So I'm going to give you 15 seconds to leave the deck before it is flooded with Berthold rays. Starting on my mark. And mark.
Eh.
Yep. Fitness.
So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go up one deck then.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
Fitness and security. Difficulty of 3 to beat the radiation from flooding the deck.
Oh God. Fitness and
Oh
security?
boy.
We don't even have any. Oh, I hate you, G.
We have not succeeded a single roll.
No,
my
we
guy.
haven't. Yeah, no. See, look, I trip and fall.
No.
I trip on Dennis. I trip on Dennis, and Dennis books the hell out of here.
Okay. That second one it wouldn't be like that. I accidentally focus on, but that would still be 3.
Yeah. So, tell you what. First and foremost, how would you like that complication to come out? Narrative or threat?
I tripped and fell down because I tripped on Dennis.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just kept running.
Yeah.
Fast.
Dennis pushes you to the side. Would you like to succeed at cost, at the very least, and not be irradiated?
Why? Do you need more threats?
Oh no, I'm just working out a different option here.
Fine, let me succeed at cost and maybe not die of radiation poisoning in a couple of hours.
Okay, so you do, in spite of being tripped, you do manage to make it you do manage to make it up just narrowly as the deck begins to flood, and by the moment you've sealed the door, you think that you are all set. When you make your move and accidentally trip, just like on a bit of the deck plating, and you feel your ankle twist horribly on your the forward ankle, so that you now take an injury, non-lethal, of course.
Wunderbar. Yeah. And I scream the equivalent in Adosian of "son of a bitch." Why did you push me?
You're big. You have very wide feet.
No, I have very narrow feet. I just have a very large footprint compared to you bipeds. This is what I've been complaining about while crawling through 10 decks worth of Jeffrey's tubes. And you pushed me over. I don't even know how I fell over. I'm more stable than you are.
Well, maybe you're not as stable as you think.
I think the Andorian is the least stable of all of us, but I don't. Not talking about standing. Let's go up the next deck.
Okay.
Let's see. So you're presently deck 4, I believe, right now after escaping the radiation. Let's see. So just checking. What does deck 4 look like? Deck 4, that would be officers' quarters, hollow suites, and VIP officers' mess. Most of these rooms are empty right now, or like they haven't had cargo or anything loaded up into them. Just to make things interesting, I'm going to say that through a self-contained item, or perhaps because of weird dimensional entanglement, guess who suddenly finds themselves coming out of a different alcove on the very same deck? Well,
Me.
yes,
It's a cat.
both Andorians, as a matter of fact. So what will happen, Mannix, is you are struggling with this injury, with Dennis alongside you. The two of you first see an Andorian woman. I'm actually going to go as far as to say that she's not exactly in the same Lost Era uniform as the rest of you, or that Wrath of Khan era. She's actually more TNG first season type, so very tight-fitting bodysuit with the different color scheme and like the
She's
in
wearing
this
pajamas.
yeah the black collar with the red center shirt basically, and a slightly smaller Starfleet insignia that seems to be more of a polished metal. Um,
But to see her and
you see her first, and then you see Rav coming around the corner as well.
Hey, Annie,
Uh,
we
two
shouldn't be
questions.
playing dress up.
Two questions. Two questions.
Two answers.
Who the hell is that? And why are you on this deck?
I'm going to the holodeck to check the warp core from there, kind of. Well, to unlock the turbo lifts so that I can eject the warp core.
Wait, why are you
And
going to the holodeck?
turbo lifts are turbo lifts are shut down,
Yeah, that's
but
why
I
I was
think I can
going up there
override
with
them
you.
from non-essential systems, like holodecks.
Well, this ought to be interesting. Let's try.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. And she's from another town right down the way. Say hi. Don't barf on him.
Hello.
Where'd you come from?
I
The
don't
green glowing
know.
portal. It was cool.
Damn,
Sounds
I
like
wish I saw it.
sounds like she came from the other ambassador, where the other creepy admiral's at.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I guess there were more than one. Anyways, no time. Holodeck.
Uh-huh. Let's go.
Let's go.
Holodeck we go.
Let's go.
All right. Um, let's see. The four of you, slightly augmented from your original crew disposition, approach the holodeck, and or rather one of the holosuites on this level. It is a larger, more powerful version of the holodeck, essentially built out primarily intended for guest recipient use, or like for ambassadorial functions, and probably the officers as
On
well.
the ambassador. On the ambassador class.
Yes, of course. Um, yeah, so you arrive at the alcoving that would take you into the holodeck. Immediately, you notice that there are, it looks like, three programs loaded up without much in the way of descriptive filing. Um, let's see.
Okay, but do I recognize any of them because of how much time I spent there?
Hmm. Give me insight and let's see. I'm thinking about what discipline would be. Well, I suppose
Insight and fun, but fun isn't a skill in Star Trek Adventures.
it is not, but I mean, you have both, I think, science and engineering type specialty, and like this is probably like very programming oriented. So there is at least one of those I think that would be since you're recognizing programming language, basically this would be I think engineering or science would be relevant, basically.
Excellent. I'm going to create another focus, which is holonovel writing, as it's my pastime.
Very good, very good.
Ooh, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
So let's see. That is
die
2
assist.
successes. Yeah, I'm going to say you recognize. I'm going to say you recognize 2 of the programs. And you know what? I'll drop you a momentum just for the fun of it here, or you may draw one at your leisure. So let me just go back and find you here. I'm going to shoot you a thing in the Discord.
Ew.
Okay. So
We'll call the first one Alpha and the second one Beta.
guys, here's the question. There's a few programs going. Door number 1.
Why? Why are there
I
programs?
don't know. Do I look like I was running programs while I was helping you restart the engines and weapons on the ship? No, I was not.
You were taking very long bathroom breaks.
Anyways, door number 1, Captain Proton, classic. Door number 2, remember that time that like really crazy Starfleet guy fought against the Lizard Man?
That was Kirk
Yeah. Him, whoever that guy.
against a Gorn.
Yeah, I might have made a version of that's running in one of the other rooms. And then the third one, I have no idea.
Why?
That one I
why?
didn't do.
These are your programs?
Well, the Gorn one I made, but the Captain Proton one, I mean, Captain. Everybody knows Captain Proton.
No, I do not. Who is Captain Proton?
Well, then, you're about to find out.
Captain Proton is kind of cool.
What ship did he command in Starfleet?
Why don't you just come with me and we can find out together?
But
It's a good learning experience.
Are the safety protocols engaged? I do not trust. If you did not run these, if you did not start these, and I did not start these,
I can
guarantee
you I started these ones.
You left them running.
Oh, I can't have something like this happen again.
Why would you leave them running? This is why the long bathroom breaks.
Okay, maybe. But still, don't worry. I can guarantee you that I started these 2 running. The third one I didn't.
Are the safety protocols engaged?
I can guarantee you I started both of the programs.
That was not my question.
Maybe?
It occurs to you, Ikio, that a conversation happened amongst a Tellarite and Trill officer aboard your ambassador and went on for about an hour. The very hour that could have saved the ship.
Okay, honestly, I don't know if I turned the safety on or not. Okay, the systems are still working. I couldn't tell you.
Hey,
what?
the more time you spend arguing, the less time you have to save this. You have no idea how important this is. You need to get this done. You just need to go.
He's gonna start an intergalactic war, right?
Intergalactic? We are invading another galaxy?
Whatever you want to call it. Didn't another galaxy visit one time? That same guy with the lizard man.
Yes,
So it could be
Twice.
intergalactic.
twice at least.
So it could be intergalactic.
3.
We don't know.
This is
If I go into that holodeck and I die, my soul will haunt you forever.
Don't worry. If you
Open
go in
the
there and
door.
die, I'm dying too.
Open the door.
To which one? Which one do you want to go into? Out of character. Which one do you guys want to go into?
I do not want to do Captain Proton.
Okay, fair. We'll do Kirk and the Lizard Man.
I am just not up for reenacting a really bad version of Flash Gordon.
That's absolutely fair.
There are two other options whose programs you do not recognize.
I would rather go into one that I recognize.
Fair enough. Okay. So let's see. Let me fix this very slightly. Yep.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
I
It's
love
beautiful.
the holodeck overlay. That's funny.
Yes. Here we go, everybody. In proper vision here.
Proper vision.
Yes. Well, I need to make sure that the stream can see it as well in all its glory. And my, how off the rails we have become.
I mean, you had this ready, so obviously,
I
this is
had
part of the rails.
I had much of it ready, and I designed this to be an all-terrain roller coaster. Evidently.
All-terrain roller coaster. I like that. That was funny. Oh god.
Okay, let me make sure that all the tokens are moved over.
Come now, did you really think we, of all people, could finish this in a single session?
Of course not. And this might be the thing that we revisit every time scheduled hijinks goes off, and every time the crew just slightly changes depending on who's here.
That would be good. That would be hilarious.
Yes, inexplicable
and
continuity errors.
Yes, and we just continue without worrying about the continuity error.
Like they were always here with you.
Yes.
They never existed until they exist again.
Yes.
Correct.
Conveniently. Man, which one's Vasquez Rock now? I've completely lost I've lost the narrative, and I've lost the map that there it is. Okay, so all of you are here.
My icon is so tiny.
Yeah, well, here. Does that make...
Look, I fit right there on the grid. Look at that.
I'll cut the others down to size because I can't make you bigger, so I'm dragging everyone else down. Everybody thank Sean for that.
You're welcome.
All characters are
more and
created
more like-
equal.
I'm sounding more and more like Vopri.
And that's a bad thing?
No, it's not.
It's a powerful thing.
Don't tell everybody what I did to escape after the campaign. I am in witness protection. The crew did so many crimes. I don't want to talk about it.
Kresic wanted someone to add an arm and a leg to.
So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, you find yourselves out by Vasquez Rock on an alien world in the distant Metron Consortium's space. I'll actually ask people to give me, if they want to try to remember a little bit about this, let's call this Reason and Command, and I'll ask just a difficulty one.
I like trying to remember.
Okay. So let's see. Dennis, you score no successes and a complication.
What am I rolling?
Reason and Command.
Okay. Can I use my holonovel writing?
Yeah, I'll let that work here. Mannix, you get one success, so you remember enough about this. Ikio, did you want to try and roll on this as well? You there, Cheesy?
Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Do
Yeah.
we have any momentum?
You do not. This has been a bad game for momentum.
We have
We have
one.
one
I-
momentum.
Oh, I
I
gave you
could
one
have helped.
momentum. That's right. Who
Can I
wants?
use one of my momentum real quick?
You may
You want to
use
use
the
our
group's one
only
moment.
momentum
We have one.
to remember something.
So absolutely use the momentum.
So,
It's a
yes, if
difficulty
you wish
one
to.
task.
Can I use my command general talents on Dennis Mockman?
I don't know what that is, but I mean, if that's a
Uh,
focus, then go right ahead.
You use my command,
Yes, I'll. You get command for this.
and you use one of my focuses, but I don't know if any of them will apply.
Well,
I have morale boost.
I don't think that quite applies. Do you have something maybe history oriented or something like
I
that?
have bureaucracy. I think that's as close as it gets.
I'm afraid this is a. Tell you what, you can remember what I sent to you via the Discord pretty much regardless of this, but otherwise I don't think a focus is going to help here.
Gotcha.
So
So
well,
you just get the command.
yeah, you just get to roll reason and command, but with 3 dice. And while you're doing that, Dennis, how are we treating that complication? Threat or narrative?
Narrative.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. So, Ikio, you do earn back the momentum that was spent. So, any of you want to chat about what you remember of the battle between, or the first contact with the Gorn, basically?
Well, first official contact.
Yes, official.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't seem to, that Gorn did not seem to move like we were told they were supposed to.
I heard that they reproduce by spitting eggs at people.
That is gross.
I remember.
It moved slowly.
Yeah, and I remember the guy blew it up with a cannon.
A cannon?
Yeah.
From
I wrote that in.
where?
I don't know. He wheeled it out, and I don't know what it was doing there, but he like wheeled out this massive cannon and blew up the Gorn.
I heard he
What?
made a cannon.
Well, who wrote the story? You or me?
I'm talking history.
Oh,
He made a cannon.
oh, you
I
mean he
don't
didn't find a cannon?
No, he made it.
Oh,
But it wasn't. He made it out of weird stuff.
oh. So can we do that?
I don't know. Aren't you supposed to be finding?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for that, but like, what if the Gorn comes?
Why would he be here?
Why would he
does
be here? Turn it off.
turn him off?
Okay,
out
I
of
go
the
to try and
program.
hit the off button.
Okay. You find that the holodeck arch is non-responsive and that the doors have sealed.
What did? Oh,
Yep, we gotta. Let me work on this. Let me try and override this. If
The
I
arch
override it, it should.
disappears.
I hate you.
Go.
Okay, so maybe if we complete the program by killing the Gorn, then, because that's how it's supposed to end. I didn't write anything past that because I didn't know what happened after the Gorn blew up.
After
And then
he defeated it, he didn't kill it, and the Metrons let everyone go.
okay, well, things might be a little different here.
You are terrible.
All we gotta do is blow up the Gorn.
Does not have any references.
Everybody
You
give me
there are information and historical databases.
Yeah, but they're boring.
Every starship.
Boring. You
If
know
If
what
they're
would
boring,
happen?
then why'd you try to make a holo
No.
program?
You know what would happen back in my province?
Ship, it can tell you the favorite dessert for a planet 500 years up in the past, 1,000 light years from here.
Everybody give me insight and security, or better yet, just Ikio, because you are the only person not engrossed in this conversation. Difficulty of 1.
Okay.
You said insight and what else?
Insight
Security?
and security.
Complication of.
Just one.
Stop.
And that is a natural 20. Well, would you like that to be narrative or threat?
Ooh. Narrative. And can I give a suggestion?
I'm prepared to open it up. Go ahead.
I don't see the Gorn as a threat because I'm so focused on the bullshit that they're talking about.
Well, I mean, you don't see the Gorn yet anyway, but you do notice amidst the bullshit, which is quite considerable, which, they've been mentioning this Kirk fellow a lot when they talk about the Gorn encounter, and you're pretty sure that's not how it went. But you can decide whether to note that or the fact that you notice the rocks are shaking around you. Like all the rocks, there's a steady like jump and shake, like at a fairly regular interval.
I don't remember that.
Hey, random question, GM.
Yes.
How big did I make the Gorn?
Godzilla-sized, apparently.
Well, it's funny you ask that question because as Ikkyo's about to join in on the bullshit, all of you now start hearing a dull thud of a gigantic foot coming down, one after the other.
Well,
How
that would be the
advice.
Gorn.
How big did you make the Garn?
A claw lifts
it was
out.
too.
Go ahead.
It was too small. It was boring.
2
What?
meters. It was 2 meters and 400 kilograms.
It was, and that was boring.
How is that boring?
You'll see soon enough.
A claw lifts up over the top of the rock, easily the size, I'd say, let's say if curled into the fist, I'd say about the size of a queen bed.
Where's the cannon?
Don't worry, I got you. I know exactly where the cannon is. We just got to get to it. Then we can blow it up.
As it pulls around the rock, standing at, I'd say, just slightly shorter than the actual rock itself. It stands in a tattered leather vest, nearly, I'd say that's probably, close to 2 stories tall, something of that sort. It lumbers along, its claws swaying, and each foot crushing rocks and leaving craters in its place. I
See, isn't that cooler?
devour you! And as it roars out, it mimics the Godzilla sound. There's also a secondary mouth that comes out of it, because you heard it.
Yep. I was about to say, we need to run.
Pharyngeal jaws. You gave it a pharyngeal jaw?
Maybe.
Oh no, my character's stuck. I'm gonna die.
Quick, to the cannon.
I can't move my character.
We're gonna die.
Everyone is petrified.
Apparently.
I don't know about you. I'm running.
Screw you, Dennis.
Yeah, I can't move my character.
Yeah, let me fix it.
Now I can.
Dennis just zooming along.
Oh no.
Let's see here. There we go. All
All
right, you should be good to go there. All right, you are now in combat, and the first turn goes to you here. Who would like to take it and use it to run out of the Gorn's reach?
Didn't we just do that?
I mean, you've all started moving the tokens about, but I'm still going to make people roll for it.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So no,
I will.
it's just
I'll
meant to-
go first. I'll go first. What do I
Okay.
need?
Manic starts running fitness and security, and I think that you, because of
I'm
the sprained
still hurt,
ankle,
yeah.
you are suffering at a natural complication range of 2 right now.
All right. It's gonna be like Call of Cthulhu. Don't get attached to your character.
Never mind. You made it. You ran.
All right. Yep.
Well,
Mannix
I'm
is.
gimping, but
Yep.
yeah.
Mannix has run along, leaving you as the rear guard, realizing he has no idea where the cannon is actually located. You are just putting as much space between you and everyone else as possible.
Hey,
or at
good
least-
job.
No,
You're going right
not
toward the
everybody.
cannon.
Not just everybody else. Just Gornzilla.
Yep. All right. Let's see. So the Gorn is going to. I'll say they have to take a roll just to close the distance a little bit, because they are slow and lumbering. I have come to conquer all your worlds, including your home worlds. I cannot be filled by mortal men.
Isn't that just some quality writing there, guys?
You're a little worried Captain Proton might be leaking into this a little bit, but
It's possible.
you were probably, in fairness, you were probably vibing with it while you were doing that.
And right now, I'm really hoping there's a Tolkien crossover as well.
I only planned for Dragon Age.
No, I mean, he can be killed by no man.
Oh, fair enough.
But
Alright.
seeing as I had to explain it, probably not.
Well, I mean, Ikkyo could get very lucky, but that said, the Gorn captain is going to clear the distance and be close enough to potentially take a swing at all of you.
Except me.
Yeah, except for Mannix. And it is your turn now. And you know what? Just for your willingness to abandon the crew, I will give you 1 momentum.
Use it wisely, guys.
Yeah, your pool is now up to 2.
Draw straws as to who's not going to get a momentum to try to run away.
So here's the thing. I know where the cannon is, so I feel like I should get the momentum.
I'm not there, so it's up to you guys.
If that's okay to everybody
roll
else.
off.
Who has the sprained ankle?
I
The
did.
guy that ran. The guy that successfully ran.
Mannix, the one who already
Ow.
ran.
All right then.
He employed the part of his security training that said always regroup when under threat to a more strategic location, and ignored the bit about defending his shipmates. You get why Mannix is here. All right, fitness and medicine, and since you guys aren't working with the sprained ankle, difficulty 1.
Fitness and security, you mean? Or
Fitness and security, rather. Yes, my apologies.
Who's the most pathetic in fitness and security?
I have a 9 plus 2 is 11.
I got 8 plus 3 and 11.
I have a 9 and a 3.
I have a 9 and a 4.
Ooh.
Oh, he sounds good. He doesn't need it.
And I'm not there, so. Haha.
I heard another person say 9 and 3.
9 and 2 is what I have, and then the other Andorian
Ikkyo?
dinner guys 9 and 3. So I feel like you and I, Caligo, should be using that momentum. Just saying.
Yeah. It'll be good.
I am going to try to use. I'm going to use my momentum. I'm going to use 8 momentum. So that gives me 3 dice. And I'm going to roll my 3 dice. And I fail.
A 19
Again.
and an 18 and an 18.
Oh my goodness.
This is not ice. This is sand. I'm not used to running in sand.
Yep, it's getting in your shoes. It feels
It's
awful.
coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yep. We were all going there. Between that and the very lifelike simulation of Vasquez Rock, honestly, you probably turned up the heat a little bit more just to make it that much more daunting. So you and Ikkyo are feeling it right now as a result. It is hot. And it's a dry heat. This holosuite is practically a blast furnace.
I do take the opportunity to just point out in a general direction toward a little rock outcropping, and I'm just like, cannon's over there.
Thank you. Hand over that momentum.
Well, you may, of course, spend. I would say you could spend the momentum to keep the initiative, but you have none
All
to
right.
speak of now. You could
Well-
alternatively give the GM the 2 threat necessary in order to keep that.
Does the Gorn get multiple turns?
Well, I think it just rotates between the two.
Well,
unless
no, the reason I'm wondering is because the full initiative round hasn't gone through yet because there's 4 of us and 1 of him.
That is a good point. Yes, my notes here.
I could see a big boy like him getting a second turn though. Like,
Yeah.
No, he's fat and slow.
You know what? As part of his big lumbering creature, the way you have written him, I will give all of you the chance to make your move here. I think that is a good argument, and I am willing to accept it.
all right, so I'm giving you that momentum, my dude. Don't disappoint me.
All right, let's go.
3 dice, fitness and security. You did not disappoint.
Yep, and you earn back 2 momentum. So, Dennis, clearly after while he's not much of a climbing person, upper body strength maybe less his forte, he is fast.
My cowardice comes into play.
Yeah, just for good measure, he pushes over Mannix on the way to the cannon.
Again.
Hey, you're just less stable now that the a third of the tripod isn't working out so well. But yeah,
Well, when he gets excited, he turns into a quadruped.
Or would it be a quintuped?
Ooh, interesting.
He's not Klingon, is he?
Not that I know of.
Anyways, moving on.
Yep. Whilst Mannix works out whatever odd reverse crab General Grievous style walking he's going to do, Ikkyo, I will give you the chance to take an action here.
I'm gonna use my action to assist Mo in climbing next.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to go up and physically do so, which will mean that you need to sprint in order to meet up with the rest, or are you going to try to shout encouraging words with your command skill and leave yourself in danger of the Gorn? How do you wish to go about it?
I'm gonna run up to him.
All right, then give me 1 fitness and security roll. Once again,
this.
difficulty 1.
Yes. And security. Woo!
Okay, so that is enough to get you up the length there. So that will do nicely. And all of you gain a bit of distance here. So as you do that, the turn cycles back. I think that the initiative would start again with you guys. So what are you looking to do next? And you may, of course, take a moment to decide on how you wish to go about things.
Where's the cannon?
Over there!
Head to the cannon.
All right. You start getting into position, and as you do, the Gorn captain, quote unquote, is going to look amongst you. You cannot stop me. I shall have all of you for dinner.
I'm skin and bones. Leave me alone.
And
And by all of
as
them, he means me because I'm the closest.
Yep. Well, as the one who shouted that the cannon was over there, the Gordon captain has a moment of self-awareness and realizes that you are its creator or in some way influence it. Thus, it is decided you will be the one to suffer here. So it will roll a control and security roll as it picks up a boulder and throws it at you.
I didn't choose to be born. Perish.
I can fix it.
Can fix it? What are we, a giant Bod the Builder?
Oh, wait a minute. I meant to think magic here. I'm going to teach. Can I teach you a lesson? And with that, a great rock hurls out, flying towards you. And Rav, as it soars out, you realize you have created not just a monster, but perhaps the means for your own demise. And I think that's actually where we're going to call it for tonight. So,
That was great.
yes,
That was great.
this may well be all that we do of this ever, or it may be something that gets revisited again. Honestly, if Wednesday had been April 1st this year, then this would have been the April Fool's gag, I think. But yeah, this is where, for the recording, we're gonna leave off. You may just see bits of this every so often, so feel free to check it out. And retroactive best of luck to you, future me, trying to edit all of this and work out some of the mess. But I might just broadcast it in all its unedited glory. Anyway. We will see you around. For those that were interested in catching Star Trek Adventures Broken Sword, we will be coming back with that in 2 weeks' time. We will not be holding this or any other Star Trek adventure on the 19th, and we will be back on the 26th of April. So we hope you guys join us, and we hope you enjoyed this rather off the rails game here. So have a good night, and we'll see you around.